बुल्ला की जनम कौन बुल्ला की जनम कौन.
Hello and welcome to NewsMobile. I have a special guest today, Bollywood singer Rabbi Shergill, who also happens to be a disclosure here, old friend from college. Rabbi, great to have you with NewsMobile.
Well, thank you for having me here.
You've now moved to Bombay, and I know that you post the big hit Challa that you had a hiatus of sorts. You were doing a lot of concerts and all, and you've now relocated to Mumbai. So what are the new projects that you're handling, and how do you see the current state of music in India, especially with a lot of young singers coming up?
I think one, the things about hiatuses is that, they just, I never said I'm on a hiatus. And the real thing is that, artists really should follow their whims and fancies. I think everyone is following the clock, the man. There's a few people in a society that should really follow their heart. Now, to answer the second part of your question, I think art is essentially, I was thinking about it today, I think art is the heart of any society. I think these corporations, they could well be the mind. The blue collar people could be the legs and hands, but I think art is really where it all is. It tells us what to be. It tells us it is the moral compass of society.
Yeah, you're someone who has always broken the mold, whether it be Bulla or even Challa. Has a lot of soul to it. Has a lot of, I would say that as someone who really values good melody, has melody to it. How much of Bhangraification, or I would say that whole Twitterification of music has happened with all these Dhinchak music coming up to the fore in Bollywood?
See, Bhangra is the, in some ways, it's the ancestor of most of pop music in India, at least Punjabi music. It's like what blues does to rock and roll in the West. Bhangra does the same to the pop music in Punjab right now. I think it'll have its place. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think the form is not wrong. You can say deep stuff even in Bhangra. I think what we need to question is why aren't there deeper songs happening? But I have no issues with the form, really. I think it's a fantastic form. It thrills us. It's lasted such a long time and looks like it'll outlast us all.
What is your advice to a lot of youngsters who are watching us today who want to be musicians? Because in tier 2, tier 3 towns, even villages in India, a lot of talent there, but they don't get the opportunity.
I'd say you want to do this, power to you. Just know that you are a privileged sort. You are feeling something in your heart, but just know this, that you need to have nerves of steel. The world will wear you down. There'll come a point where you'll question it all. So you better know what you're in for. It's a hard life. It's got peaks and troughs. So you better know what you're getting in for.
I know you recently sang for a Bollywood movie. Just tell us a bit about it. What was like?
It was a very insightful experience. It was a film where John Abrahams is starring, and it's got good music, and I'm featured in the film. So I don't know when it's.
So we will see Rabbi Shergill on screen as well, yeah.
Hopefully, if they don't edit me out.
Yeah.
But yes, I've shot for the film, and I think these days these shoots don't take too long, and post-production doesn't take too long. I think it'll come out in a few months' time.
Right.
Inshallah.
How was it to work with Rahman, Challa, which was which had Shah Rukh Khan, Jab Tak Ye Jaan, which became very popular?
See, when you're in a room full of legends and geniuses, it does affect you. It does, I think, perhaps raise your own IQ by a few points. It's the same with your profession. The moment if you have a Nobel laureate here, you're suddenly going to become. You have to pick up your smarts. So it's the same thing when you are with. See, on that film, at some point I was in a room with Gulzar Saab, A.R. Rahman, Yash Raj Chopra, Adi.
Oh my God, that must have been like.
And he said, "Well, this is so I better be good." So that's what such experiences do to you. I think if you come out of it somewhat okay, with your dignity intact, I think it does you a world of good.
And what does really stimulate you? What are you after hours? After when there's no recordings happening, what is a chill out moment for you?
Chill out moment, if you really ask me, would be session with friends, just laughing and reminiscing, and there's plenty of other co-curricular activities which I think you should know about. You're supposed to be my friend.
Absolutely. So Ravi was extremely popular amongst women and girls. Remember in college, I'm sure he is even now. So what is an ideal woman for you?
Ideal women today is it could be different tomorrow. I think tonight, somebody is up for some good conversation. Knows can recite me a little bit of poetry. I think that'll do tonight.
Oh, very good. That's it. And we were talking around independence. What does freedom mean to you?
I think freedom means to let your heart stomp away in any which direction it wants. If somebody wants to be an artist, I think the economic conditions of society must favor that, because arts are important. I think the India that you and I grew up in till the time it was 95, it was the cost of living was not so exorbitant that you couldn't dream. I think dreams are what make us all. And dreams are not just economic dreams. Dreams are also societal dreams. They're also artistic dreams. They're academic dreams. I think the cost of living shouldn't take the mickey out of you. Freedom to me means there's your kids, anyone else's kids today. Your daughter wants to be a footballer, and she's not getting any breaks. Then society shouldn't come down so hard on them that it just squeezes the heart of them out. So I think freedom to me means India can be a great country, and I think it's already a fabulous country. But we are capable of more fabulous stuff. India is, if there's one place which is the stuff of stars, that is India. And our destiny, I think, is to create a paradigm wherein where human beings they achieve true balance. I think we are the one country which talks about dharma. I think if you think about dharma, then the way I define it is balance.
What is your dream project for you? Would you like to compose the music for a Hollywood film or a Hollywood Bollywood film? What is something which is really that Rabbi Shergill aspires for?
Oh my goodness! If I have to be an absolute sellout, then I'd love to see myself up on the Times Square, coming out of all those screens. Yeah, that'll be cool. But it's just to be around people that you respect and to have respect of the people that you respect. I think ultimately that's what it all is about. Like even for instance I think if you have any journalistic heroes, getting their respect, I think should be important.
Who has inspired you in music? Who's somebody, I remember you've been a self-taught artist and you've done very well. What is something who's one musician you really got really inspired by?
It could well be Sting. It could be U2's Bono. It could well be Mark Knopfler. These three people, I think, I keep going back to their music. It sustained me. Alternatively, there's so many of other people in India, people I really look up to. I don't necessarily look up to all musicians. I look across all art. I find Anupam Sood, who's a printmaker. She lives here in Gurgaon, not far from Gurgaon. She's a beautiful, warm, old lady, and a fantastic artist. I look up to her. I wish I could be half as cool for half as long.
Right. And before we end, we have a special treat for NewsMobile viewers from Rabbi, a Rabbi special medley. Over to you, Rabbi.
Makara jungle na turiya, makara sagar na turiya, makara ambar na toya, makara ambar na toya. कुछ तेरे चों तेरा नहीं मिलिया मकेड़ा अंबर नहीं टोया मकेड़ा सुपना न छोया मकेड़ा अंबर नहीं टोया मकेड़ा कुछ तेरे चों तेरा नहीं मिलिया बुल्ला की जन्म कौन बुल्ला की जन्म ना मैं मोमन विच मसीतां ना मैं विच को फरदियां रीतां ना मैं पाकां विच पलीतां ना मैं दरबे दी किताबां ना मैं रहिंदा भंग शराबां ना मैं रहिंदा मस्त खराबां ना मैं शादी ना कमना की ना मैं विच पलीती पाकी ना मैं बिना माकी ना मैं तशदाम बुला की जन्म कौन बुला की जन्म कौन बुला की जन्म कौन बुला की जन्म कौन There must be some kind of way out of here, said the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion here. I can't get no relief. Businessmen, they drink my wine. Plowmen dig my earth. But none of them know along the line what any of this is worth. बुला की जन्म कौन बुला की जन्म कौन. Rock and roll forever.
Thank you. So that's Rabbi Unplugged for you. Rabbi, thank you so much for talking to NewsMobile.
Thank you for having me here, bro.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you.